Good morning. I love you guys. A lot. You've changed my life and my family's life.
We're all in this together.
I know we are, and it feels great. Many
You
of
see,
my friends, I've populated half this room.
We've been calling you, and then those like Jerry and Esther just make it easier for you to hear the call, that's all. But if you weren't listening for it, you could not hear it. In other words, you get the credit. It is your asking and your willingness to hear that is changing your life.
Yes. A couple of things. I called, I don't know, about a month ago to order every single thing that was ever written and recorded. And the woman said, "Do you know how much that's going to be?" And I couldn't believe that she would say that to me. And I said, I don't care at all. So I'll just make more and more and more. My question is, and my partner, we have this debate about wastefulness. I go to the market and I buy 10 of everything that looks really good to me. And then we go on vacation like every 3 weeks, and we throw bags and bags of that stuff away. And I don't care because there's always more. And it tastes good and it looks so beautiful and it's just so happy. And I want it.
And it represents abundance.
And it represents abundance for me. But then I get from him and other people that, well, you're being wasteful and therefore there's a lack of for others.
We would say to you that the enthusiasm that you feel as you purchase it is an indication of alignment. If you have regret or feelings of shortage as you are throwing it away in an attitude of waste, then you're not seeing it in the way that Source sees it. If you feel bad about anything, you're not looking at it as Source would see it. So under those conditions, do you think that the Source within you sees waste?
I never feel bad about it.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it from the broader perspective. So let's say that someone is growing that food and profiting from the experience. And let's say someone is hauling that food and profiting from the experience of doing it. And let's say someone is stocking that food and profiting from the experience of doing it and selling it. Let's say that there are people there ringing it up at the cash register and putting it in the bags for you and experiencing the benefit of being paid for that as they're doing it. And so as you are having your experience of this flowing through you, in other words, do you really think that in terms of the well-being of the planet, that it makes a difference whether it moves through your digestive tract before you throw it out?
Under no circumstance. You've just solved my entire marital strife.
But you see, we don't want you to now feel right in your
But I do.
But that won't solve your marital strife. In other words, being right isn't what it's cracked up to be.
I get that.
Being in alignment is, you see. And so if someone disagrees with you about something and you are working to give the facts and to convince one way or the other, and so you're trying to win the other over to your side, you're missing the whole point of this. We don't want you ever to be looking for marital bliss or marital alignment or marital agreement. We want you to be looking for the agreement between you and you. And this is the reason that this is an issue. In other words, you're in alignment for the most part and you've come to feeling good about about this. And then when somebody that you really care about takes a different stance on something, and then now you're looking at that and you're feeling the discord of the disagreement, now you're feeling discord not over the subject of waste, but over another subject, and discord is discord, you see. We want you to be at the place where even though somebody that you really care about is disagreeing with you about something, that you don't use their point of view as your excuse to push against and deny being who you really are. Because you are a lover always. You are one who loves even when your partner is wrong.
Yes, that's true.
But we want to take it further. You are one who loves rather than caring about what is right or wrong. Now, don't take this the wrong way. We just want you to understand. People, even Esther will say, but Abraham, it's true. And we say there are a lot of things that are true that disconnect you from who you are. Don't let the truth of it or the debate over the rightness or the wrongness of it be your criteria for whether you give it your attention. It's the way you feel. The way you feel, you want to see through the eyes of source, you see. You want to see this abundance of food through the eyes of source. You want to see the evolution of your partner through the eyes of source. You want to understand that he has a point of view that's perfectly valid too. You want to acknowledge that if he thinks that that's wasteful, and so then he takes the actions of not wasting and that lines him up, then he can feel perfectly good in doing what he wants, and you can feel perfectly good in doing what you want. And then you say, but wait, we're doing it with the same refrigerator. In other words, don't we have to come to some sort of agreement? And we say, you don't have to come into agreement with action in order to come into agreement with your vibration. That's the thing. You've got to find a way of feeling good even if someone else is not approving of something that you do. You have to factor their disapproval completely out before you can truly be the aligned being that you are. You cannot let the disapproval of some other or the approval of some other be your path of guidance. You have to let your alignment with source be it, you see. And as you consistently do that in time, no one will disagree with you about anything, because your power of influence is so strong when you are tuned in, tapped in, turned on. And when they do have a disagreement, law of attraction won't bring the two of you together on that point. Very good. Don't you love knowing you're invincible, no matter what the current indicator is? And can't you see it's just like looking at your gas gauge on your automobile? You never say, oh, empty. I'd hoped it would last longer.